Do you got maybe a question or comment you can add to specimen?
Yes, sir. Okay, so I know we're in the 22nd today, but I watched the last live stream as well on the 21st, and I took some notes on there. So I don't know if we want to stay salient to today's market action or
I
just,
mean, I'm
open
really
conversation.
interested in the question. I would love for someone within the audience to really pick Michael's brain and really maybe extract some value from him. And it's up to us, the community, to ask quality questions to where he can engage with that. Thank you, Market Oracle raised his hand. I can rely on a
Okay.
few folks here knowing that we can get some type of thought-provoking question. I would really like to maximize and take advantage of the fact that we have Michael here. So pretty please, any question would be great.
I think, okay, so based on my notes, one of the real questions that kind of like sits on my brain is as he's doing his internal dialogue, and I know this is literally from his years of his experience in backtesting, but as he's watching these candles print and he's noting like premium wicks, discount wicks, fair value gaps, and wanting these like reaction, these like speed to move out of them and respect them and show the sensitivity. I think a question that always sits in my brain is like, how, like, what is he really looking for the time spent and how and I guess the anticipation of how many candles is he willing to allow printing inside this fair value gap? How long is he wanting it to really take to leave that gap? Because I'm looking on my chart as
Which
well,
gap
and
are we talking about? What time frame are we talking about? Where are you referencing within what he lectured?
okay, so I watched his review today. And before, obviously, Phil came in and did his thing at the bottom of his move after he took his partials, and he was saying, you know what, I'm pretty much content near now, but I want this top wick to not print past the consequent encroachment. I always hear him say that, obviously, and I understand we want sensitivity off these key areas, but I'm in my head, I'm like, should I be back testing like how many candles it's taken to get to the wick
Yes,
and
yes,
how correct.
absolutely.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Because because yeah, part of my brain is like some days are different. Sometimes I'm like this wick prince and it's like, okay, so 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, we're getting there now. We hit it and then we react and we leave. And other days it takes it a little bit longer. So I'm just assuming, obviously you already answered the question, but I'm assuming that you've kept so much um research on the I guess the amount of candles that print to the key level, how long it takes, and then how long it takes to leave, and if it ever comes
I
back.
promise you, Michael knows that within all of how he's trading. Absolutely. How we trade, what you're looking for, the longer you do this, those questions, those
Mhm.
become innate. Those
Yeah,
become
yeah, cool,
second
cool.
nature. So everything that Michael is teaching is for you to evolve into answering all of these questions real time while you're in a trade, even before a trade and or after a trade.
Yeah, I wanted to go back real quickly to specimens question, but I'm scared now.
No, that's okay. You can jump and answer any question. Don't be scared. I'm just, deep breaths. We're trying to stay on topic here. And
Yeah,
I got to make sure that the bus stays on the road, apparently, because
yeah,
y'all are just talking about I don't even know what. Come on now.
Well, I talked about first utilization yesterday, so yeah. I wanted to go back to specimens question for for a quick bit. Michael did 3 lectures in 2024. One about high resistance liquidity run, low resistance liquidity run. Then one was tape reading high resistance liquidity run, and one was identifying high resistance liquidity run. And what I wanted to get at is that in one of those, I'm not on my laptop right now, so I can't say which one, but in one of those, I remember that he said in the high resistance liquidity market conditions, he doesn't want to see the candle stay inside of a PDA for more than 3 minutes. And I remember specifically the 3 minutes. And for low resistance liquidity run, then ideally you just want to see institutional order flow entry drill, like and gone. My question is, well, I will post those lectures in the comments. But my question is, if Michael, do you still would you still say that that is a good time window because this was 2 years ago, or would you say it changed because of the war and everything that got added now, and it's not just like normal high resistance market conditions?
Obviously, I'm a little bit more forgiving, and you can see that in today's execution, and you can also see it in the live tape reading the other day I did when there was a lot of candles staying in the lower half. So as long as that logic is still proving itself valid, where I'm usually looking for, 2 or 3 candles inside of an inefficiency, and then it should get on with its direction. But if the candles are still booking inside of it and they're staying in the lower half and they're showing premium sensitivity, I'll stay with the idea a little bit longer because it hasn't proven itself to be shunning that logic of the upper half of that PDA rate or that gap is not being utilized for a body to be laid in it. So as long as those things are there, obviously I'm not going to do it with 15 1-minute candles, obviously, but
No.
a handful of them, 5 I think is pushing it, and beyond that, I think it warrants a decision whether you cut bait and run, or if you're in a position or looking to take a position, maybe not do so. So I think 5 right now is about fair. Anything more than that is excessive, and the probabilities shift exponentially against you. Anything beyond that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Pit Munch. We're smiling, everybody. We're having fun. No one's scared.
Everything is good.
Everything,
Much. Thank you.
No, I'm not
Thank,
scared anymore.
everyone
you
is
for answering that.
laughing. Everyone is smiling.
Yeah, thank you for answering that, Pit Munch. I'm also a 2024 student. That's the first lecture that I started with, so I do
Oh,
have those in
nice.
my notes as well. It was just from 2024 up to now. I've been tracking that as well for
Yeah,
myself. I remember him saying about the time. I remember him saying about the bodies. Like
yeah.
anytime I'm looking at the inefficiency, that song that goes, "Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor." Like that's what I'm looking at, these bodies laying down. But as I over these last 2 years, I'm like looking at these bodies, counting them, and I'm like, okay, so sometimes it's like a certain number, other times it's not, other times way more manipulation. So I'm like, this is kind of like a dynamic thing. But anyways, I'll just leave it
Yeah,
at
but
that. But yes, thank you.
your question reminded me of me hearing him say 3 minutes specifically. So
100%.
that's why I wanted to know, because he said 3 minutes, but that was 2 years ago, and we didn't have the World War, and we didn't have Phil the whole day pressing the button. So you reminded me of that, and then I wanted to verify with him if he would still think it's a 3-minute window. But now he specified it not in minutes, but more in amount of candles.
Correct. Okay.
Beautiful. We love it.